welcome back to another video. If you don't know, my name is Dee. Don't forget to like and comment, subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on my Instagram at MissQueen_D and go follow me. Let's get into today's video. Okay, so today's video, it is going to be my 1 year BBL post-op. And you guys, I can't believe it's been 1 year. I'm so excited. So okay, so like I said, this is going to be my 1 year review on my BBL. Before I get started, I want you to see my outfit. I want you to see my whole look because I want you to see like my butt, what that looks like. I do have a waist trainer on at this moment, so here's what I look. So I do want to show you my outfit. I have on Skims, but I really want you to see, like, I have my waist trainer on. I want you to see my look from the side. Okay, so let's get into the questions. I do have my phone here. I wrote down some questions that people wanted to know, so I'm going to be looking here. What made me want a BBL? So my reason for me having a BBL is because I have kids and I didn't like the way my body looked, and I just wanted to look better. I just want to be looking like a bad bitch, and that was really my main reason. And I guess we come from the culture because now BBLs and all this plastic surgery is like common and we want to do it for the next, but I did it for me. That was my main reason why I wanted to do it. Next question. Did you lose weight before surgery? Yes, I did lose weight. So my biggest thing for me is starch, and it was sodas. So I had my surgery already pre-planned, and then when COVID hit, it kind of pushed it back. So I kind of had a little wiggle room, but what I basically did was cut everything out. I did intermittent fasting. I walked a lot, drank a lot of water. I don't think I went to the gym because, yeah, it was during COVID when it first happened and the gyms were open. So I just walked like in my neighborhood like every day. Like, I have a Fitbit. I still have my Fitbit to this day, and what I basically did was walk. Like, I was walking so much and like my legs was hurting, but it helped me out because my BMI was really high before. My BMI was like over my doctor's limit, so I didn't have no choice but to lose weight because it was already paid for, and I wasn't finna go let any of that money go to waste. Like, I was so dedicated to lose the weight before my surgery. Next question. How long it took before you selected your surgeon? So originally I was gonna go to Seduction Cosmetics, and when I heard about how they had like pricing of certain procedures to add on to your surgery, I was like, this felt like a grocery store, and I wasn't gonna do that. So the doctor who I really wanted to go to a couple years ago, Dr. Macadoo, he was very expensive a couple years ago. So during the pandemic, when everything was shut down, I seen that he had a sale. I lost all my money over at Seduction. I didn't even care because I just thought that I just couldn't go and through the pain and the process of being unsatisfied. So when I found out Dr. Macadoo, you know, his BMI was still high. I'm sorry, it was still low, but I decided to just go ahead and just stick with him. So that's how I selected my surgery. Was my pre-op a smooth process? My pre-op was easy for me because I made sure I stayed in communication with the office to make sure they received this fax and received these labs, because when I got down there, I was not going to allow them to tell me anything else. But there's also another video that I have pre-recorded that you can go watch, and it goes into that a little bit. So my pre-op was a smooth process. Next question. Did you take any precautions before you had surgery, COVID, iron, and all that sort? So yes, I did take precaution. I took a COVID test here just because my surgeon office told me that you're gonna have to take another COVID test there. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take one a few days before, and when I get there the same day, I took a COVID test just to make sure that nothing come up surprising. And if it was, guess what? I had my results. Hey, this is my test result, but you know, I didn't even get into that. Next question, did you have a wish pick? I did not have a wish pick. I didn't have a wish pick, but my Dr. Macadoo, he had some girls that he did. So when I went to his page, I'm like, hey, make me like this person. But again, my BMI was at surgery, it was like a 31. So I just told him, you know, hey, just round me off, you know, give me projection, you know, and that was that. Next question, how was your recovery process? For me, my recovery process was easy. It wasn't really bad. Some people like, oh, you can't, you know, do this and do that on your own. I've had major surgery before. It wasn't cosmetic, but my recovery process, the only thing was the first day I was really weak. And that's because, you know, it's the first day. I did swell, but my recovery process overall, it's not pain that you feel, it's a lot of stiffness. And when I say stiffness, you're gonna get stiff in your arms, you're gonna get stiff in your legs, because you're gonna really be using your arms to push up and, you know, on your legs. So my recovery process, you know, I think that was pretty much it. Now, next question is kind of piggyback off of that. What was the hardest part? The hardest part for me was not being able to drive, and also realizing that I couldn't eat certain foods because, yeah, you just went through all that. Well, girl, why is you going back to this? But we're gonna get into that. So, okay. So, next question. Did you get fibroids? No, I did not. I've heard about it. I didn't. I did everything I needed to do, and I guess sometimes you can do everything you need to do and still get it, but for me, I did not get it. Did you swell a lot? Yes, I did swell a lot. Like when I tell you, like I was swelling in between my thighs are already big. I had a lot of swelling, but I was able to maintain it because I took pineapple pills. Pineapple pills, what I took to help with swelling. And then for my bruising, I used arnica. So I'm sorry about that. Next question. How long did you wait before sitting? Child, the surgery was in August the 11th, I believe. I didn't sit until November. Don't ask me how. I just did. When I worked, I would stand up because I work from home. I did not sit on my butt. And if I did, I jumped right back up. I was like, oh my God, like I cannot sit. When I went to my appointments and stuff like that, even when I got back home, I was on my knees or on my stomach. Like I was not sitting. So just be patient when it comes down to the sitting part, because it's gonna come. Okay. Did I have any complications after the surgery? I did not have any complications. Like, I thank God that I didn't have any complications. I didn't have any issues with iron or anything. Like, I didn't have any complications. I mean, I just went through the healing process pretty much. Next question. Did your scarring heal properly or kilo it up? So, let me just backtrack. So, for my BBL, heat went in. I have two behind my arms, here and here, and I got two, like, not right underneath my boob, but like right above, a little bit right here, my stomach, because I had stomach a lot, you know, well, not a lot, but you know, it was up a little bit. And then I have two down here, and I have two back here. It's a year later, and I'm still using ointments. They have smoothed out but it's one that's being stubborn, and that's this one. If you can't see, this one right here is like giving me a hard time, but the other ones, my scarring healed fine. So that's the only keloid I have, and I don't like it, because when people see those scars, they're gonna be like, oh, she had surgery. Da, da, da. Yeah, bitch, I had surgery, so whatever. What creams did you use? I had to go through a few creams to figure out which cream was best, and I did a little bit of research. So I did find a cream. Let me get that. So at first I was using like this Equate cream, if you can see that. Zoom in. Come on. This didn't do nothing. But the main one that really worked for me and still works is this SCUPTURE. This works. This SCUPTURE, as you see, it says silicone gel. It's about $10. This little small little tube right here, but this is like plastic surgery recommendation about the cream, so this does work. I still use it. I got so many up there. I go through those creams because I make sure I keep using it. Then eventually I'm going to be doing something to lighten it, my scars. So yeah. How many hours do you recommend to be in your FAJA? I'm gonna just tell y'all this. I was sleeping in that FAJA. After I took a shower, I might let myself, like my body, just breathe a little bit. But you have to be in that FAJA for literally 23 hours a day. That FAJA is what molds your body. I have my waist trainer on right now, and I continue to waist train because the FAJA, I'm used to the FAJA, but I feel like with me, I have big thighs, and it makes my knees kind of like, not now because I lost a little bit more weight since I had my surgery, but that FAJA, I can still get into my FAJA right now. I can get into a medium FAJA, believe it or not. Those FAJAs are the true FAJAs. And again, I pre-recorded a previous video on which FAJAs I recommend, so go watch that video. Next question. Would you recommend to research lymphatic massages? Yes. Before I had my surgery, I was already Googling who's good in my area. At that time, it was a few, but I found one person, and like when I had my surgery, before I came home, I let her know, hey, I'm coming this day. She was like, okay, fine. Because the thing with these massages and recoveries of BBLs or any type of plastic surgery, most of these businesses are just opening. And when I say open, they're just opening a business to make income, which is fine. But when it comes down to your health and your healing process and recovery, you do want somebody that's going to be knowing what they're doing. I know somebody right now, and I like her, and she's saying like, oh, you had surgery, I want you to be a model for me. And I'm just like, I don't know if you really know what you're doing, because I don't really get massages now. So what I do is like the aftercare, like other things now. But still, research who you can find do your massages, because that's going to be, you know, the main thing after, because you want to make sure you continue to get drained properly. You want to make sure you don't swell, and you need to get your massages. After you come home, you should get 2, but then eventually you should go down to maybe 1, and then from there, you know, you and your person, y'all can schedule, you know, how many times you need to come. Yeah, take note of that, y'all. Okay, did you notice a difference in your pants? Yes, I did notice a difference in my pants. After I got home, that was my main thing. I was ready to try on my clothes and like, ooh, I can fit this now. Oh, I can't, you know, this and that. And one thing I noticed was the gap in the back. When you have this type of surgery, wherever you had your most fat, if you're wearing your FAJA and continue to do what you need to do, it's gonna be certain areas in your clothes that's not gonna look right. So for me, I had to get a lot of alterations to my pants because it was the gap in the back, because it doesn't look right. And even when you put a belt on, it still didn't look right to me. So yeah. After 6 months, did you maintain your diet? I'm gonna say this. I took having surgery for granted because I pretty much fell off. I'm gonna just be honest, I fell off. Because when you have surgery, after you get home, you're going to the bathroom. So everything you're eating, you're like, it's coming out. And mine is coming out. And then eventually it slowed down and slowed down. And so I was just like, okay, but I wasn't really gaining weight. It was just, it's hard to explain because I didn't really notice it on the scale, but it was sticking. I guess it was sticking to my ass or somewhere, I don't know. But yeah, I did fell off on my diet. I did. I'm gonna put some before and after pictures. You might not see a difference, but I know a difference with my butt and my clothes. But don't do what I did, because it's not even about the BBL. It's just, it's really mental. And now I'm back on the right track and, you know, doing what I need to do. But I'm gonna get into that. Next question. Should you set aside money for aftercare? Girl, yes. Let me tell you. I had, just the numbers. I think I spent over $11,000. And that's with my first doctor. I spent $4,300 with him. I had to do the COVID test. My supplies was included, but after that, when I was down there in Miami, I had to get FAJAS. And I told myself, like, while I'm down here, I'm gonna get the proper FAJAS. That makes so much sense. So, you know, I had to get, you know, the long ones, the short ones. I had to get a waist trainer down there. And then I had to also get maybe some more foams. And then you gotta pay for your medications. And that was just that. And then when I got home, I still had to get massages. Those massages, what I was paying for in Florida, I think I paid $70 or $75. When I got back home, they were $85. Twice a week. $85 per session. And then from there, you know, it was just other minor things. But to this day, a year later, because I had to find me somebody new. Because the person that I was going to, she just got really busy. So right now I'm doing cavitation, I'm doing wraps. Like, you are going to still be investing in yourself. So girl, set as much money aside. And like when I got my boobs done, I still had to set money aside because I had to buy the surgical bras. And then from there, like, I spent money on creams and all sorts of stuff. You need to set money aside because you never know what might happen when you have your surgery, and you want to make sure the money is there. So yeah. Next question. Are you still doing aftercare? As I just mentioned, yes, I'm still doing aftercare at this moment. Next question. Have you gained weight 1 year after your BBL? Yes, I have gained weight. Like I've said, I have gained weight. And it's okay if you're okay with it, but I know for me, like, I want to lose like 35, 40 pounds. And that's just for me and my goal. And I know I can. Next question. Do you want a round 2 revision? I might, depending. Because right now my appearance, I like the way it looks. You know, when I'm in the mirror, I do like the way it looks. Honestly, I'm thinking about going out the country, probably not next year, the year after, to a doctor that I have found. So yeah, to be honest with you, yeah, I'm thinking about it. But I'm thinking about doing like lipo and letting that doctor do my BBL revisions. So yeah. So this was my 1 year BBL review. I hope some of these questions help you girls. Like I said, I'm not a doctor or a nurse, this is just my experience, so I hope that helped you, you know, figure out, you know, some pointers to help you along your process. Other than that, is some other videos that I have done with my BBL and my breast augmentation. Go check those videos out. I'm not having any type of surgery as of now, but when I do, I will take you guys along the journey. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon.